Hi friends, today we are going to see the past year NEET questions for a new chapter titled as Environmental Issues, and today in this video we will cover part 1. Now let's begin with the first question here, which was asked in the year 2017. Which one of the following statement is not valid for aerosols? What do you mean by aerosols in general? How do you define them? It is a suspension of fine solid particles or liquid droplets in air or another gas. Okay, so this is a common definition that I would like to give here. So now if you consider in terms of plants or anything of that sort, that is also there. It's not that meant only for animals or only for humans, it is also meant for plants. Aerosols through direct or indirect effects are seen on plants and they cause various problems, it seems, in agriculture. However, the condition will seem to increase if the air pollution may represent a threat to an agriculture in the future, as it is persistent and largely irreversible. So why, if you see, as I already said, these aerosols are nothing but fine solid particles, right? They are fine solid particles which are suspended in the atmosphere, right? Apart from that, you have natural aerosols like fog, dust, forest exudates and many other systems. So what do these aerosols do? If you see, they can be tiny droplets or dust particle, bits of black carbon and other things that they float in the atmosphere, which becomes a threat to the agricultural land. Therefore, the right answer to this question is option B. They cause increased agricultural productivity. However, continuous increase in air pollution may represent a threat to the agriculture. So which one of the following is not valid for aerosols? So the one which is not going to go with aerosols, if you see, it is option B. It is not going to be it's not going to increase the productivity in any way. It's only a threat. So the one which is not correct here is option B. Okay, next question here. Acid rain is caused by the increase in the atmospheric concentration of ash. This is an easy question, I think. So what is this acid rain actually? You have acid from the heaven, that's what you mean? No. See, rainfall made so acidic by the atmosphere. So what is the pH for the acid thing? Below 7. Right? Atmospheric pollution that causes its environmental harm, chiefly to forests and lakes. The main cause of this is the industrial burning of coal and other fossil fuels. Okay, what are the three effects of the acid rain? If you see, they have been to show adverse impact on forests, freshwater and soils, sometimes killing insects and aquatic life forms. Okay, they are seen to have effect in other non-living things like where there's corrosion of steel structures like bridges and weathering of the stone buildings and statues. So these are some of the effects that are seen because of the acid rain. Now this acid rain is caused by or is formed by, it is caused by a chemical reaction when compounds like sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxide are released into the air. These substances can rise in very high into the atmosphere when they mix and react with water to form the acid rain. Therefore, the right answer to this question is option D, sulfur dioxide and nitrogen dioxide. So here you have some of the reasons of how an acid rain occurs, like emulsions, industry waste, when you're burning in fossils, when you're burning in coal. All this have a lot of chances in liberating sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxide. So what happens? They have the capability to move to higher altitudes. That is where they mix with the atmosphere with water and oxygen, and that's how they produce this acid rain. Okay, therefore the right answer to this question is option D. Next question here. A location with luxuriant growth of lichens on trees, okay, indicates the dash. So what is it actually? Okay, one thing about the lichens you have to remember here is lichens are very good pollution indicators. What are they? They are actually pollution indicators. Okay, they do not grow in polluted areas. They are sensitive to sulfur dioxide pollution. So a location with luxuriant growth of lichens show that the location is not polluted. Very simple question. Next question here. A scrubber in the exhaust of the chemical industry plant removes ash. This question was asked in the year 2014. Scrubbers are the air pollution control devices that use liquid to remove particulate matter or gases from an industrial exhaust or any other source. The atomized liquid what does it do here? If you see, it entrains the particles and the pollutant gas in order to effectively wash them out from the gas flow. What does it do actually? What does a scrubber do? It removes all the dead skin. It removes the dead skin. That is why we use a scrubber for leg, for face and all that parts. Because once a dead skin is removed, what happens? It gives you a bright look. Likewise, this scrubber for a chemical industry, it is used to remove the waste, the gases. So gases like sulfur dioxide and many other gases which can be removed from it. Therefore, the right answer to this question is option A. Basically, or very important, it removes the gases like sulfur dioxide. Next question here. The zone of atmosphere in which the ozone layer is present is called dash. Very easy question. Out of the 4 zones given here, one zone is very important zone because it observes the UV rays from the sun, because the sun has powerful UV rays which, when directly enters into the earth, will cause a lot of damage. And this zone actually prevents in absorbing some of the UV rays, thereby protecting us. So that zone is none other than stratosphere. It is found in the upper part of the atmosphere. It is a good zone because it is a shield in absorbing the UV radiations from the sun. So here you have a clear image of it. You have the stratosphere, below that you have the troposphere, and the UV radiations are getting absorbed in the stratospheric zone. Okay, fine. Next question here. The Air Prevention and Control of Pollution Act came into the force in dash. So this is a direct question. You don't have much explanation for this. This question was asked in the year 2013 and the year is 1981. In India, the Air Prevention and Control for Pollution Act came into force in 1981, but actually it got amended started to come into action only in the year of 1987. Okay, it included noise as an air pollutant. Okay, therefore the right answer to this question is option A. Okay, look at the next question here. Which one of the following is not correct as regards to the harmful effects of the particulate matter of size 2.5 micrometers or less? Okay, so here, according to the Central Pollution Board, that is, you call them as CPCB, Central Pollution Control Board. And here the particle size of 2.5 micrometers or less is a diameter which is responsible for causing various breathing and respiratory problems. So what it actually does is, it will directly enter into the circulatory system. Okay, it will directly enter into the circulatory system and it may cause a lot of inflammation, damage to the lungs and premature death. It cannot directly enter into circulatory system but indirectly through the respiratory system. Okay, therefore the right answer to this question is see, which one is not correct here they are asking. Okay, so here they have mentioned it directly enters into the circulatory system. That is wrong, because it will not enter directly into the circulatory system but indirectly enter into the respiratory system. Okay, which system it is entering? Respiratory system. Therefore, out of the 4 options, which is wrong, if you see, it is option C. Okay, it will not enter the circulatory system but it is entering the respiratory system, which causes inflammation of the lungs and sometimes premature death also when the size of the particulate matter is 2.5 micrometers or less. Okay, next question here. Okay, the next one, if you see the next question, dB is a standard abbreviation used for the quantitative expression of dash. Okay, so dB is a standard abbreviation for the quantitative expression of noise. Therefore, we all know decibels, right? So unwanted sound is called as noise. Generally, sound above 80 decibels, it is called as noise. Therefore, the options that are given for bacteria, bacillus, pesticide, none of them comes for it. It is a particular pollutant. Therefore, the right answer to this question is option B. Next question here. Steps taken by the Government of India to control air pollution include dash. So we will analyze the options. Compulsory PUC, that is pollution under control certification. of petrol driven vehicles which test for carbon monoxide and hydrocarbons. That is the right answer, because this is a compulsory method that the those who have vehicles should follow this. So this is a step that is taken by the government of India to control the air pollution. Okay, so when there will be a level, and when the vehicle produces carbon monoxide above the required level or above the protected level, they will not give you that certification, and you're not allowed to drive the vehicle as well. So this is a major step that is taken from the government to come or to make the air pollution under control. Therefore, the right answer is option A. Next question here. In a coal-fired power plant, electrostatic precipitators are involved or installed to control emission of dash. So here if you see, in recent years, the increase in the toxic substance of NOx and SPM. What does SPM stand for? Suspended particulate matter from vehicles come in series, and they give you lot of serious problems. Okay, about the correlation between the traffic volume in our model and the real volume we obtained is a correlation efficient that is obtained from about 0.74, it seems. Simultaneously, we got a result that the concentration of NOx was approximately 70 to 230 ppm. So this control emission, in a coal-fired power plant, electrostatic precipitors are involved to control emission of SPM, suspended particulate matter, which is B. Okay, next question here. Photochemical smog pollution does not contain dash. Very easy question. What it does not contain? It contains nitrogen oxide. Photochemical smog is made by the deposition of dust particles. I've given one thing. One is it is made up of dust particles. What is the other particles it is made up of? It is made up of carbon. Okay, so it is made up of carbon particles on the pollutant gas and water vapors. The gases found especially in a photochemical smog is actually what? You also have dust particles and carbon particles. Okay, but another thing that you have to note here is they've asked us a question which does not contain. Okay, so what is this smog actually? They are made up of deposition of dust and carbon particles. But here if you see, the carbon will not be in the pure form. Okay, they will be in combined form or something like that. So option B is the answer, because nitrogen dioxide, PAN, ozone, that is peroxyacyl nitrate, all this is found in the photochemical smog. But carbon dioxide is the pure form. So it is not present in the form of carbon dioxide, it is only present in the form of carbon particles. Therefore, the one which is not in the photochemical smog is option B, carbon dioxide. Okay, next question here. Which of the following is a secondary pollutant? So you have all the pollutants here: aerosol, carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, PAN. The right answer is option C. The primary pollutant is which persists in the form and it is released in the environment, which is carbon monoxide, which is released from a lot of vehicles that we take in and we travel. A secondary pollutant is formed from another pollutant due to the change or the reaction, and that is PAN, which is peroxyacetyl nitrate. So pollution, when I talk about pollution, we all know that is something that is not suitable for the environment. We are actually exploiting the environment. That is why the government is now taking steps to avoid, you can avoid taking in your own travel vehicles and moving. You can use the public transport more, because the more you travel by your own vehicles, the more you are expelling a lot of harmful gases where the ecosystem is in trouble. That is why the government is taking few steps now to give in the best for the ecosystem. Say, when it comes to an ecosystem, we are also a part of it. We have to realize that, because we are doing harm, it's not just going to affect us, but also affect our children, who are the future generations of it. So keeping that in mind, whenever it comes to certain conditions where we can have a control, especially pollution, if you see, we can also take a step for it. So we should be more cautious in talking about and in doing the right things, so that the children also learn the right things from us. Okay, next question here. If there was no carbon dioxide in the Earth's atmosphere, the temperature of the Earth's surface would be dash. When there's no carbon dioxide, what happens? Okay. Carbon dioxide is a greenhouse gas which traps the solar radiation, that is, heats up the Earth's atmosphere. Actually, it causes heat. Okay. Now imagine if you don't have this carbon. I told you what is the action of carbon dioxide. It is called the greenhouse gas. It will trap in all the heat and therefore the atmosphere also becomes heated up. So if there's no carbon dioxide in the Earth's atmosphere, the temperature of the Earth's surface would be less than the present. Logical question. Okay? Yeah. Next question. How does carbon monoxide, a poisonous gas emitted by automobiles, prevent transport of oxygen into the body tissues? A very important thing to note here. See, carbon monoxide when inhaled and combines with the blood of hemoglobin, where you have the heme content. Okay, to form carboxyhemoglobin at a rate of 210 times faster than the rate at which the oxygen forms oxyhemoglobin. The one that we or the body has to form is oxyhemoglobin. But imagine you are inhaling a lot of carbon monoxide. What is formed at a faster rate? Carboxyhemoglobin, which is not necessary for the body. Therefore, the respiration becomes impaired and it might become serious as well. Therefore, what does it do? Then what is the right answer here now? It is option B, by forming a stable compound with hemoglobin. Okay, so see how much is the effect of carbon monoxide, right? So whenever a person inhales it, it combines with the blood, okay, and it will form a compound which is not necessary for the body and therefore the respiration becomes impaired. Okay, the right answer is option B. With this, we complete the part 1 of environmental issues. Hope to meet you in the next part of the same chapter. Thank you for watching my video.